automation. And in fact, if we go back, we were perhaps the first one to develop field bus independent I/O systems. Somehow we were not able to, let's say, find traction in the market, and that was a global kind of perspective from us. But globally, we are now doing more than 100 million euro in automation products alone. And if you look at our the reason why we are actually very, very popular is because we are actually field bus independent. So if you look at us, we have all the field buses available with us. So it doesn't really matter whose branded products are we using. As long as it works on a field bus, we are able to provide components which will then you can then mate with them and extract data. So what we are really good at, I mean, if we talk about, let's say, the forte of WAGO, it's data gathering, okay, and then representation of the data. That's where we are very good at. So if you go and see all the major suppliers of automation, be it the major one that we are talking about, they will always be promoting one or the other field buses. And that's where we come into our own picture or on our whole realm, that we are able to offer anyone who's got, let's say, multiple brand products in the same plant. Okay, he doesn't have to actually necessarily go and buy different systems from everywhere. They can buy our products, our couplers or controllers, which are able to take the data from these field bus protocols and give them in a concise form at one place. That actually makes it very, very, let's say, economical and cost effective for most of our suppliers, and that's where we are actually finding the traction.
What kind of shift you can see in terms of technology, especially when there is a changing protocols?
It's not more on the protocols. The basic shift that is happening in the industry is more automation getting incorporated or embedded into the manufacturing. And if we look at, let's say, the manpower-driven manufacturing versus, let's say, an automation-driven manufacturing, the basic thing which comes out is that the errors are much fewer in automation-driven manufacturing. And that is where we are seeing that everything which was, let's say, being manually done previously, there's a slight shift towards, let's say, make it into a more of an automated product. So be it, let's say, assemblies, let's say, into the textile, okay, or be it in, let's say, in automotive world, you'll find more of robotics coming into, more of automated products coming inside, and that is where we are able to actually provide our products.
How is the demand as of now? Is there a kind of sluggishness, not in terms of industry, but seeing the technology shift and other things?
No, I don't see.
And how it's evolving?
I don't see there is actually a sluggishness for us. In fact, even though there is a, let's say, a sluggishness in the market per se, but our automation business this year will be better than last year.
Like, do you mean to say that the people are going more on the automation? Yes. And just
so? I definitely believe that the automation is picking up, okay, and I also believe that that is going to be the future, because people will demand more and more automation, not only just from the perspective of, let's say, the productivity improvement, but the automation gives you an ability to gather the data about your own processes, about your own machines, and then analyze it. For example, if I were to tell you, let's say, any of these assembly machine or a robotic machine, there'll be a lot of sensors in it, okay, which will be gathering the data. Now, you would definitely like to know when is this machine likely to break down. Okay, kind of a predictive maintenance that we're talking about. So how will you do it? You will try and gather data about it.
Right.
Is it consuming more electricity? Is there more vibration in it? Is there a temperature rise in it? Is there any kind of a data?
That's the intelligence.
Intelligence has to be gathered, and that is where the automation comes in. It allows you to give you this kind of a data in a representative form to tell you that, look, this machine was operating at, let's say, 10 Hertz, now it has reached 12 Hertz, and you know that, okay, maybe at 15 Hertz I need to take a shutdown. So it gives you probable time frame in which you'll have to carry out a maintenance. This was not possible manually, but this is possible with the automation that is being done.
So it reduces breakdowns and downtime.
I would say it reduces downtime by giving you a predictive maintenance.
Plant maintenance as well.
Yeah, and a planned maintenance rather than the earlier case which was a shutdown maintenance. That the machine breaks down and then you carry out a maintenance. Okay.
So, if I need to, because you said that you have a very significant market in the global area, so what sort of contribution your Indian business make to the global sales?
In the automation?
Automation.
In the automation, it is actually much lower.
Okay. And overall, if you say this person?
Overall, we are about 2.5% to 2.7% of the global turnover. That's what our...
So what kind of signal you have from the global heads? What kind of expansion plans or something you have to plan it, to expand your business?
Yes, we are already given a mandate to set up a new factory in Vadodara. We have already bought land. The construction is now starting. We hope to invest somewhere close to about 220 crores into that facility, and once completed by, let's say, next 2020 Q3, this should be one of the larger factories of WAGO globally. And once the final phases of let's say the plants are done, maybe in about, let's say, 6 to 7 years from now, it should be the largest plant of WAGO in global.
So what's the stage as of now?
Currently, we have just bought the land. The construction is started, so we'll be going ahead with the phase 1 of our project. By the time it is phase 3 or phase 4, okay, which is going to be just a repetitive of what we are going to do in the phase 1, because it will be more of a modular plant. So by the time we reach, let's say, phase 3 or phase 4, it would be perhaps the largest plant of ours.
By when we can expect phase 1 to be operational?
As I said, that we hope to complete it by Q3 of next year.
Q3 of?
Next year.
Next year. Yeah. So that will be the same investment around 2024 or something?
So in 2020, as I said, that by 2020 we would have invested, apart from the land, land is separate, about 220 crores is what our expectation
for the entire four phases?
No, for the entire for the first phase.
First phase. Okay.
Just for the first phase, we hope to invest close to about 220 crores.
So what will be the cumulative of the entire project?
If it is, let's say, in 4 phases, it will be close to about 1,000 crores.
1,000 crores. So, and what kind of solutions you are going to make here?
Currently, we will not be investing more into automation products here, because automation products demand a lot of automated machines. And India's forte, if you see, is not exactly right now automated production. It's more, we are very good at providing, let's say, an economical and a qualified manpower. So we believe that initially we will be doing products in India which require a lot of manual intervention or manual work, which the European factories are not able to cope up with the prices. So we are shifting a lot of these products from the other plants to India, and that will be going on between 2020 to 2022. That these products will be shifted to India. So initially the focus will be on products which has a significant manual intervention.
So what kind of resource planning you will be having beyond that? Because
so now you need about, let's say,
number of people, skilled people.
Yeah. So we estimate that in phase 1 we will be using somewhere close to about 750 workmen. Okay? And they are divided into obviously semi-skilled and highly skilled. So traditionally it will be about 60% as semi-skilled and about 40% as highly skilled.
What's the workforce as of now?
Right now in Noida we have close to about 300 people.
So that's the all India manpower?
But we have only one small unit in Noida, which is about 300 people.
So 300 plus 750 we can...
Noida will be shut down.
Okay.
So Noida will be shut down, the entire production will be shifted to Vadodara.
So what will be the impact of closing down your Noida plant on the local employees as well as...
employees' perspective?
As well as the technology, production?
In the production there will be no impact. In fact, it will be better, because in Noida we are short on space now, so everything is a little cramped. And in Vadodara this will be more on a global lines and the global standards. That you look into any WAGO factory abroad or India, you'll find exactly the same kind of a facility. So that is not going to be, that will be impacted quite a bit. But from the HR perspective, we will be, and we have actually already lined up enough programs for the workers to actually shift to Vadodara. And we would prefer that the entire manpower is relocated from Noida to Vadodara, but that depends when the actual time comes, which will be in, let's say, May, June of next year, when we start to shift the people. But we are ready to take the entire manpower with us from Noida to Vadodara.
But I understand that the purpose of relocation is only to get a bigger space and anything else?
Apart from bigger space, obviously what we get in Vadodara is proximity to the seaports, which will be closer. Okay, the infrastructure is a bit better there, so the transportation becomes
logistics
easier. Yeah, so logistics is a little better there. And since this plant will be doing a lot of exports also, so we are looking at a shorter time for moving of our containers. So since the sea freights traditionally happen either from Mumbai or from the ports in Gujarat, we'll be actually in Gujarat, which is closer.